What was the US role in neoliberalism in Latin America? What was the role of the United States in shaping neoliberalism in Latin America? This question takes us through a significant chapter in the region's history. Neoliberalism is an economic and political approach that focuses on reducing government involvement in the economy. It promotes free markets, deregulation, privatization, and free trade. This model gained traction in Latin America during the 1980s and 1990s, especially after a series of economic crises. The United States played a major role in promoting neoliberal policies across Latin America. One of the key ways this happened was through international financial institutions. The United States had significant influence over organizations like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. These institutions provided loans and financial assistance to Latin American countries, but with strings attached. Countries often had to implement neoliberal reforms to receive this support. These reforms included cutting government spending, privatizing state-owned companies, and opening markets to foreign trade. While the goal was to stabilize economies, these changes often led to increased inequality and reduced public services. Another important aspect was the support the United States provided to political regimes that favored neoliberalism. For instance, after the military coup in Chile in 1973, the United States backed a dictatorship that implemented radical neoliberal reforms. Economists known as the Chicago Boys were brought in to reshape the economy. They focused on attracting foreign investment, privatizing industries, and minimizing the role of the government in the economy. This model became a reference point for other countries in the region. The United States also encouraged free trade agreements that reflected neoliberal principles. The North American Free Trade Agreement, known as NAFTA, was one of the most notable examples. This agreement aimed to integrate the economies of the United States, Canada, and Mexico by reducing trade barriers. Similar agreements were made with other Latin American nations to promote market liberalization. Culturally, the United States influenced the spread of neoliberal ideas through think tanks and policy advisors. Many Latin American technocrats and business leaders engaged with American institutions and adopted neoliberal strategies. This exchange helped to embed these ideas within Latin American policymaking. However, the US role in promoting neoliberalism is often viewed critically in Latin America. While these reforms aimed at economic growth, they frequently resulted in greater social inequality and weakened labor protections. Many people felt that these changes continued a pattern of economic dependency and external control, reminiscent of colonial times. Local needs and social rights were often sidelined in favor of market demands and foreign interests. In summary, the United States played a central role in promoting neoliberalism in Latin America through financial institutions, political support, trade agreements, and cultural influence. These actions reshaped economies and societies, often leading to social disparities and resistance from various sectors of Latin culture that sought more inclusive development paths.